That was my fault. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Happy Hour. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Happy Hour with Bougie and Mark. I'm Bethany.
And I'm Mark.
And this is our second run through because for the second time in a row, I forgot to press record.
Yeah.
So
this is what I'm working with, people. This is what.
Yeah. Mark is a very good friend.
We had the best tips and tricks, and I can't remember anything we said now.
And who knows? I mean, we did so much important stuff like while you guys weren't here. But we do have to talk about that beer that I got. Well, I sent you a gift card for, what was the site?
Man, I Tover. I don't know. Some like weird name thing.
Yeah, I'll post.
Yeah, so this is the beer. It's all lit up, but
yeah. Like that it came with a cork in it, right?
Oh yeah, yep. So that's the only reason I ordered it is because anytime there's a cork in a beer, I have to try it. So, and that goes back to a trip to New Orleans. We were at Harrah's, and I had like $320 in free food comp or whatever. So we go to the steakhouse, and it was like you have to use it all in one sitting. And I was like, okay. So it was just me and Ryan, who was on the last episode, and two people can't spend that much at like a medium tier steakhouse. I mean, the most expensive plate was like $50 maybe. So we like one of the bartenders there, Patrick. I've had him be my bartender like 3-4 times now, and he's always awesome. He's like, so you guys got a lot to spend, right? He's like, how about we just start trying some cool beers? I'm like, yes. So he's bringing out he brings out like a bottle that's like $25 a bottle, and you maybe get like a beer and a half out of it that had a cork in it, and it was awesome. It was like one of my favorite beers ever. And of course, the next time we went back, they didn't have any more, and he's bringing out like a beer called All Right, like Matthew McConaughey. So and that was like $12-14 a bottle, and we were doing all kinds of like crazy stuff just to like spend the money. We bought random people food, and yeah, it was a fun night. You had $320
and you had so much left over after $25 beers that you still bought people food?
Yeah, because you got then you got Diamond members in New Orleans back then, like Caesar's Diamond members. Since the Diamond Lounge is so small, they would also let you use you get 4 free drinks at a bar instead of going to the Diamond Lounge.
Oh,
so we had that, and it was up to $15 a piece. So we're like, hey, what's the $15 drink? And he's like, Blanton's. You should get Blanton's. So we had like old fashions and stuff. So yeah.
Wow, I thought that was a new thing just because of COVID.
No, this was like years and years ago. So I don't know if they still do it that way there, but they did do it because it's the smallest Diamond Lounge. Like you walk in, there's like 8 tables, a bar that fits like 3 people, and it's always a line like out the door to get in because I think they have a decent buffet. But I'm like, I'm just gonna go to the bar. Like you just go to Steakhouse and you get 4 drinks. So that's what we did. Yeah, we met a guy from Chicago who sat next to us, and we bought him like a red snapper, and then his buddy was with him, so we bought him some chicken wings. At the end of the dinner, the bill comes, and it was $2 after everything.
Oh my God!
So the guy from Chicago was like, "Hey guys, I appreciate you all. I got this," and he pulls out 2 singles and puts it on the table.
That's awesome. Did somebody tip for you?
Did somebody what?
Tip?
Yeah, they all threw in like $20-$30 each in tips. So, so I took it there. I didn't have to pay for anything, which was pretty sweet. So it worked out well.
Yeah. Yeah, I got to start doing that. Like maximizing Caesar's stuff.
Yeah, you don't even use your $100 dinner. So just go give it to somebody. Just be like, hey, do you want some chocolate cake here?
Well, we used one, but we let the second one.
Out of like the last 4 years.
2 years, because before that, I was like, I don't even want to walk into those places.
Have you been in Cromwell yet? You would like Cromwell.
Yeah, like I walked through. I think I mentioned that in the Caesar's chat, maybe, that the pictures of the rooms were actually really nice.
Yeah, the rooms are really nice. It's all like wood floors, and I got a suite once. It was a little uncomfortable because I got like a big suite, and we got to pull out bed because it was like, Ryan was staying in the living room on just like a rollaway bed or whatever. But the shower, like the corner of the shower is a glass. So if you're laying in bed, you can see people showering because it's Vegas. They got to do something like that. And I was like, all right, so just don't walk in here while anybody's showering. But
so that's a thing trend that I can't like quite understand is the whole like either no door on the bathroom, see-through doors on the bathroom. It's like, why? Just why? Yeah. I don't get it.
There's only like one time that'd be useful. The rest of the time it's a hindrance. Especially if you're traveling with friends, it's the worst thing ever. But yeah. Even if it's your spouse, you don't want to see half the stuff going on in there.
No, I actually feel less comfortable in that situation than I do with myself.
Well, yeah, with a girlfriend, yeah.
But yeah, I don't understand the whole thing really. And also, like, even in the shower, like, I just want to, like,
Yeah. Well, even like back in Vegas, like the mirrors above the bed all the time. Like, who's really like looking up at the mirror?
Well, that I like. I do like this.
I've never once used it. I think we've had. I mean, less and less rooms have it now. But it's like I'm not gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, looking good.
That's what I do. I'll just stare at myself like,
Just get a video camera next time, I guess.
I mean, that's basically what I'm doing here, right? I really like to look at myself. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
funny.
So interesting trend. If anybody like from any hotel program is watching us, just use a door, especially a door, please. That's all. Like that's like bare minimum.
Yeah, or like there's some of those places like at clubs and stuff where it'll be clear glass, and then when you lock it or whatever, it like frosts up or something. Like do something like that if you're gonna do something like so they have an option of it.
Yep.
But like I know, was it is it Baha Mar that has like it's open to the room too, and it's like what?
Yeah, but you can't close it.
Yeah, see that works. At least you have the option.
Absolutely.
I guess maybe some people, if you have a view, you want to lay on the tub and look at the ocean. I don't know what the thinking is, but
not that close.
Oh, no, I don't know what the thinking is.
It's so stupid. That reminds me of something funny Sean sent to our group, the Slack group. It was like a tweet from somebody, the Ceci time. It was a tweet from somebody who was staying at the Flamingo, and they said like they at Flamingo management, get your crap together. Somebody walked in on my Ceci time, and I said, what's Ceci time? And Sean said, sexy time for people who stay at the Flamingo. And I thought that was the best.
Oh, the Flamingo. I've had some good times at the Flamingo. Oh, even though it's a dump, but I've had
Flamingo.
Yeah, yep, it's right next because it goes Bally's, Cromwell, then Flamingo.
I've never been in Bally's unless I went there with you.
Bally's is okay, nothing great. Like it connects to Paris. I like Paris. I've always enjoyed Paris. Bally's is kind of like there's nothing to it really. I mean, the casino area is like decent, but it's tiny. Burger Brassier, which is like in the walkway in between the two casinos of Bally's and Paris, that has some decent food. If you just want like burgers and stuff. But other than that, there's no reason to go. They do have like that outdoor mall in front of it now, which has a beef jerky place that has the best jerky in the world. But if you don't like beef jerky, then you don't need to go there. I think they have Wahlburgers there too.
Oh, I love Wahlburgers.
Yeah, so they have that out front. But Bally's overall, the rooms aren't great either. So
yeah, no. Ew, don't no. Just no.
I've stayed in most of the Caesars properties though.
Have you?
So yeah.
And about MGM. Have you stayed at
MGM. Our very first trip to Vegas was Circa Circus.
Oh my god.
This was when we were like 22, 23. It was one of those like timeshare. It was like a Blue Green Resorts timeshare thing, and that's where they put us up. So like that was before they remodeled. So it was like 1980s. Yeah, it was basically like a holiday in 1980s in the rooms. But we had one of the most fun nights ever in like their bar because they had this live band, and it was this one Asian chick that dressed up like Britney Spears and sang like all our songs, and like it was like a comedy type of band. They did like joking, but they still sung pretty well. So it was kind of like entertaining, unexpected. But yeah, I haven't stepped foot in that place since then.
Yeah,
I think I went to Dick's Last Resort once after that. Like a friend wanted to go, so we went.
What's that? Dick's Last Resort.
It's a chain restaurant where it's like one of those places where they're rude to you. So the waiters, they'll just be like, "Hey, can I have a Bud Light?" And they'll be like, "I don't know, can you? Do you like the taste of piss? Like, what's your problem?"
That's
like stuff like that.
Yeah, no.
So if you get into it, it's fun. Like if you give them crap back, because they're really good at it. Like you think you might be able to stump them, but they have like a comeback to everything. So it gets fun, but I don't know. Yeah, that's where we ended up.
Circus. Check it out.
Yeah, so I stayed at Circus Circus. Where else have I stayed? MGM. I don't think I've stayed anywhere else at MGM. I've stayed at Venetian. They gave me a comp once, free room. but I pretty much stuck with Caesar just because I always get free rooms there. So
And waived resort fees, which you don't get at MGM. Period.
yeah, so
Regardless of how important you are.
and I used to go back when Fremont Street was still like hip and cool before it became kind of crazy and overdone.
Yeah.
I would stay at Golden Nugget, which is awesome. I love Golden Nugget. The rooms are really nice in the redone tower, Rush Tower, I think it's called.
Wow.
Really nice. The pool's cool with like the shark tank and the water slide through the shark tank. And then we stayed in a suite there once that had 2 stories, like you could enter on either floor.
I feel like you sent us a picture of that.
Yeah, like it had a spot, like a gold spiral staircase in the middle of the living room, and it did have mirrors above the bed. So, but it was like the coolest room I ever stayed in. It's like, you know, things that you think you see, like the Hangover type of thing. Not quite that big, but I've never stayed in a room that had 2 entrances before, so I thought that was cool.
Yeah. That's
yeah, and the funny thing was we were staying somewhere else, and we wanted to just rent like a cheap room so we could use the pool because we wanted to check it out because we had heard things about it. This was like 10 years ago or whatever. And we go up to the front desk and they have like a picture of all their rooms, and I'm looking at it. I'm like, hey, just how much is this like 2-story one? I'm just curious. She's like, she leans over, she whispers, she's like, it's only $250 tonight. We're running a special on it. I don't want anybody to know because a lot of people paid more than that for regular rooms. And she's like, the regular base room is $60. I'm like, no, let's go with that. So we booked it, and then we just kept extending it every night, even though we had another room that we never went back to.
You liked it that much?
Yeah, because it was fun. Like, it was just like, I don't know. It was our splurge, I guess, before kids.
Yeah.
But we enjoyed it, and we had to. But my wife hated it because we had to go back and forth because we kept saying, "Oh, we'll just do one more night." So we'd go back just to get clothes, and then come all the way back. And then we like, you want to do another night? Okay, yeah, call down. Let's do another night instead of just bringing all our crap at once. So that was our mistake.
The first place, I guess. Where were you? Oh, actually, you know what? Scrap that question. Let's talk about the new hotel that's down there.
Yeah.
And please tell me how much they're asking for the rooms for December in Vegas. Which, if
knows
anything about rooms in December in Vegas, unless it's like Christmas Eve, they should be like $120 at the nice places.
Yeah. So especially Fremont. Fremont's like $50, like for like the D and stuff.
Yeah,
I think it was New Year's Eve that was $999. I think that's what they're asking right now. And this is Circa.
Let's go a holiday. Like, what were they like?
Oh, the average was like $250 in mid-January. Let me pull it up real quick.
In mid-January in Vegas.
Yeah, mid-January, it's like $209, $309, $259 on the weekends, $179 Monday through Wednesday, $199 one Monday, $299. Like, it's basically like $300 on the weekends, which is insane for like most of Vegas.
Yeah.
In January, where you can't swim, you know, like it's 50 degrees and rainy. Nobody really goes.
There's good stuff because that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and then you're on Fremont Street, you're not at like Bellagio or Cosmopolitan or whatever. But I will say the place looks like freaking amazing because it's Derek Stevens' new property, which he's like the new Steve Wynn without all the sexual harassment stuff, at least yet. But
without the controversy.
Yeah, without the controversy. So he bought up like Glitter Clutch, which was like, I think that's what it was called, like a strip club down there.
It
was Glitter Glutch or Clutch, something like that. It was like right on Fremont Street. When you're walking up and down Fremont Street, there was like this big strip club, like right there in the middle of Fremont. So he bought that and like a couple other properties, like right down there. I think like Mermaids was one of them, maybe, that he bought. So he bought like 3 or 4 things in a row and knocked it down. He's going to build this huge casino property that's going to be the biggest on Fremont. And like the pool area looks freaking amazing. I don't know if you've seen pictures of it, but it's like this huge pool area, and then they have all these day beds and cabanas that you can rent, and then it's just like a massive TV behind the pool that they'll have like sports up or like dance stuff, like music videos and stuff. So it's going to be like this huge, like basically like a jumbotron out by the pool. So what they
people to stay there.
Yeah, so they want I think the whole thing's built around like the sports book, basically. Like he's big into sports betting. So they say it's going to be the biggest sports book in the world. So I think they want people to bet and then go out, hang out at the pool and party and watch games on like the TVs out by the pool and stuff.
That is pretty. Okay, so if you go during football season, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, or like March Madness, it's probably going to be insane there. And they're actually, I don't know if there's anybody else that does this, but they just said that it's going to be adults only. Kids will not be allowed on the premises at all.
That's what I wanted to ask you about. So, okay, so I had a disagreement with one of my friends because I was saying that I don't think I've ever, like, children bother me everywhere I go, right?
Yeah.
They're just not my thing. The sound that humans under like the age of 18 make is just like nails on a chalkboard to me. However, I don't think I've ever been in Vegas and been bothered by a child. So like, I
mean, there's definitely kids, but they're not like in the areas that you're in, really. I mean, besides like the pool.
Yeah,
I could see them being annoying at the pool.
At the pool, I don't even think I've ever seen a kid unless, except for Bellagio.
I was gonna say, because most people don't take like kids to Aria and
Right.
Cosmo. It's more like Flamingo or Circus or stuff like that, like the mid-tier to lower tier, like New York probably has a lot of kids. Yeah, do you ever walk through there and get a Nathan's hot dog just to feel like you're at home?
No. No, but I do go to Sapphire in Caesars.
Yeah,
because it's like if you go to Sapphire in Brooklyn, the line is outrageous, but there, it's like it's still kind of actually a long line.
What's the other one, like Rouse? Is that how you say it?
Rayos.
Yeah, because that's always like a line out the door.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Never
but
been. I should go. Yeah.
I've heard the one in Vegas isn't as good as the one in New York, but
I think I'm ever going. Like, I don't think I'm ever getting in unless I'm super famous.
Yeah.
And I need.
Or you go sit out on, like wait all. Do people like line up to get in like before they open and stuff?
No, I don't even think that's like an option.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think it's just like if you get lucky, you can get a reservation through, maybe like Amex. I've heard a couple people. I don't buy, but no, it's not like wait online kind of thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but you can go to the bar and.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool.
Occasionally, they'll pull people from the bar, so that's like your wish.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to Harlem to like have a drink and smell like sauce.
Oh, I didn't know it was in Harlem too. Oh, yeah.
All the way up there. I might not be right about Harlem, but it's all the way up there. Yeah.
Like north of Central Park, basically. Yeah.
Uh-huh. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, then I'll probably never go.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the only reason that you might do that is if you're going to what is it?
Like a baseball game or something, and hit it on the way, maybe.
Well, that too. But Marcus Samuelson has a restaurant up there, and you could like make reservations there, and then go to Rayo's. Hope you get in for a drink, and then if you end up getting asked to stay for some strange reason, you could just bail out.
Yeah.
The Red Rooster, I think it's called. So I mean, that would be like what I would do, but I don't know. I do want to go. It's just like not worth it to me to go all the way up there when there's a billion other restaurants I can go to.
Well, then you'll have to save it for when I'm there, and we'll go sit at the bar if we have to. I don't care. I'll eat at the bar. I like eating at the bar anyway. I prefer to eat at a bar than a table, so that's my style. What
if the bar is super crowded?
I don't care.
You don't care. What if you're getting like a tasting menu?
I don't care.
Okay.
It's all about the experience.
All right, I'm in. Let's do it. Next time you come to New York, we'll do that.
All right. So like 2022. Got it.
Hopefully. Okay, so I'm curious what people think about no kids at a Vegas hotel, because again, my experience is that the kids don't bother you. I can,
and it is kind of weird because I feel like Vegas has been trying to become more of a family place over the last like decade or two, where it was always like considered seedy and only degenerates would take their kids. Now it's like a lot of stuff is aimed towards kids. But that kind of sets them apart. So I think it's a smart move on his part, because the people that are looking just to party, gamble, drink, dance, that's a place to go. And he's from Michigan, so like at all his properties, he always adds like a Michigan restaurant to the mix. Like at the D, he has Andiamo's, which is a big Italian restaurant here. They have like 8 locations. It's supposed to be really good. They added like a American Coney Island, which is like a staple in Detroit.
Really?
Yeah, like if you go down, okay, so there's American Coney Islands on the corner in Detroit, and right next to it,
American Coney Island in Coney Island.
No, like, so Michigan Coney dogs like have a different Coney sauce than like anywhere else. Like most people like think of like Coney dogs like chili in a hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
This is like a Coney sauce. It's like thinner. It's not like chili, so it's a different. I don't know why Detroit is known for this, but they are. So American Coney is like a really famous place. It's been around for like ever. It's on the corner, and I don't know if they were partners or friends or whatever, but there's 2 people working together, and they got in a fight. So one of the guys left, and he opened up Lafayette Coney, which is right next door now. He opened it right next door because he's like, I'm going to show you up.
Yep.
So that's what everybody that comes to Detroit, they go into one, eat it, and then they go in the other one to eat it. It's called like the Coney Challenge or whatever. So he has that in the D, but in Circa, he's going to open up a place called Saginaw Deli or something like that. Saginaw, something like that. And it's being opened by the guy that owns Zingerman's Deli in Ann Arbor, which is like world famous. So,
Okay.
so I know you like your deli.
I love deli.
So you definitely have to go.
Yep.
When it opens, we got to go there in Vegas and try it out. I know Sean will have to try it out too.
Yeah, for sure. 1000%. I am also very in for that. Yeah. So anyway, so I understand that they kind of want to set it apart. And I think that's a really good point on your part, because that is definitely something to set it apart. However, when you stay at the nicer properties in the first place, there are generally not many kids because families tend to look for value.
And I don't think a ton of kids stay on Fremont anyway. So I don't know. It's all a marketing gimmick, I think, but whatever. Yeah. I miss the old Fremont. Like Fremont 2010, 2008 to 2012, somewhere in there. Like Fremont was awesome. Like it was kind of like people were still scared by it, thought it was kind of trashy and seedy. Yeah. So it had a cool vibe and it was never too busy. Still. You could hit like 10 casinos like back to back to back, because you just walking it. It's not like the Strip where you're walking like a mile in between. So it's cool. Everything was cheap, like cheap drinks, cheap food, but good food. And now it's like more popular than the Strip almost, I feel like. And it's all the crazies are there.
Yeah. So that's where we never told that story.
Oh, that's where, yeah, the opening credits where you're getting spanked. It's on Fremont.
That's there. So in case you're wondering what it looks like, rewind it and watch it over and over and over again.
and where I'm screaming in it, that's at the Cromwell.
Yes. Oh God, I love it. I love it so much. I wish I was there. I was sleeping watching the news, right? I was in my hotel room.
Yep. You passed out like so quick.
Such a loser.
We're like, come and hang out. We took up like the whole table. You could have just sat it. It would have been just us at the table. It was basically what we did in New Orleans, but in Vegas. So it would have been better.
I made up for it.
Yeah.
By being the second person who stays out the latest after Mark for the rest of the trips.
I'm waiting for the person that outlasts me. That's what I'm waiting for.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah. Oh man, what a bizarre day that was. So bizarre.
That was a fun trip, although that was the worst waitress I've ever had. You probably don't remember.
Because she wouldn't split up the check or anything, and
she wouldn't go downstairs to get us condiments.
Yeah. She's like, do you need anything else? You better ask now, because I'm not going back downstairs.
No, she was like, she's like, I have to go all the way down the stairs. So if you need anything else, please let me know now. We were all like,
but I think this is like a thing in New Orleans, because I think we ran into it at other places where they're like, can't you split this check up? And they're like, max is $4. What do you mean? Just like give me the stuff that I spent on my own bill. Like, what are you talking about?
When you travel with miles and points people, if you're not familiar, there's only probably like 5% of us who are willing to just like, you got that last time. Usually it's like, my bourbon was $1 less than yours, so I owe $108 less minus 15%.
It was just so weird, because even if like, I think everybody would have been fine if they said like, let's split it 10 ways or however many people were there. But she's like, no, you can only do 4. Yeah. So we played credit card roulette, which I don't know if anybody's ever played that, but what you do is if you have a big group, I always play with Ryan, because he always wants to play and he always loses. So it always works out well for me. But if you're in a group of people,
did he?
Yeah, I think he had to pay. I think he got stuck paying that time too. I don't think he's ever not lost. So if you're in a group, usually like if you're like 4 or more, and you have a bar tab or a dinner tab or whatever, everybody puts a credit card into a hat, and then they have the waitress pull one out at a time, and then whoever's credit card's left has to pay. So we did that. We all threw like 10 people threw a card in, and the last 4 people had to pay.
Yeah, and meanwhile, I felt so bad because I feel like the 2 people who didn't drink got picked, which sucked.
I did buy. I ended up buying because I think Danny and Ian got stuck with it.
Yeah,
with the bill. So I bought them dinner at, the next night to get them back. I'm like, don't worry, I'll buy dinner.
So that worked out too.
Yeah.
Ian's white claw. Yeah. So that's the way to do it when you do stuff like that. Like, just don't be that group. It's like so painful to the point where it makes me not want to travel with people I don't know that well, because I'm like, oh, if we're going to do like this whole thing, you know? And then like, there are still people I feel like who want to put it on their card so bad so that you give them cash. And I'm like,
yeah. Oh yeah. That's a big thing too. Yeah.
Come on. Unless it's like I don't know what amount is worth it.
If it was like a $5,000 bill, I could see, fighting over or something.
Yes.
But when you're talking about like $150 bill, like really, what are we talking about here?
I don't care about your 200 points. Like here. It's just so stupid. Oh my God. I
Let
can't.
me Venmo you. Venmo me right now.
Yeah. And then sometimes like I'll take out like the business platinum card or whatever, and somebody's like, I can't believe you're using that card. What card
You
is
do always, every time you travel, you bring that card.
it for some strange reason? I think it's like there's two reasons. Number one, I have it memorized. So it's like just an easy card for me to have.
Well, I mean, it's good to have because if you have lounge access and stuff, but
I don't
it's like one of the two. You bring like the two most random cards. It's like business platinum, and then like your ink card or something.
It's basically whatever I could find when I was running out the door.
But business platinum's always there for sure.
Oh yeah.
I've seen it like 3 times. You've had. I'm like, why are you even carrying that?
Yeah. It's true. I know. And then like the worst though is when you're staying at a certain hotel and you plan on paying cash because you're working towards something, and then you realize that you don't have the hotel card. For me, like all the things that piss me off or like really get me aggravated, that's the one. That is the one. I'm like, I could have earned like 100,000 stupid points on this. Again, exaggerating. I'm working so hard on not exaggerating.
100,000.
I could have earned.
Well, if it was Hilton, then yeah, you probably could have earned 100,000 points on it. So you're not exaggerating.
So speaking of, we have to give a shout out to Rick because he watches every week, and he.
What's up, Rick? I just call him Rick F because I cannot pronounce that name.
Yeah, you have to tell us how to spell your last name. I mean, how to say your last name.
It's probably something just like super easy, but the way it's spelled, it's like Icelandic or something. I don't know.
Yeah. But he cracked me up because he was like, we're talking about Hilton. He was like, don't get her started on Hilton. I was like, that's great.
I love when you and Adam did your the live thing for Caesars, the Caesars Reward, like Vegas loyalty and stuff. And Rick's like, wait, where's Mark? And Adam's like, this is about me tonight.
Wait, that was so funny too, because if you were part of the live stream, you know that somebody came on and was like only asking me questions. And they were like, it was Lena.
Yeah.
I know her, but she was like, Bethany, and Adam like, I just don't understand like why you're only addressing Bethany. Like there's 2 of us.
Or just not address anyone, just say, what do I do with this?
Yeah, it was really funny. So then when Rick did that, it was like oh, it was great.
Oh, I'll be right back. I gotta grab a beer. This beer goes out to Sarah Dye. It's her favorite summer beer.
I love Sarah. What is it?
Oberon. It's made by Bell's in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
Oh.
Where Derek Jeter's from for Yankees fans.
Or A-Rod, depending on who you talk to.
Jeter, you're my favorite.
I love that story. Because like even if you know nothing about the Yankees or like not a New York fan, you know that A-Rod is mad that somebody is calling him Jeter at a bar.
Yeah.
Because he just has that like personality.
Oh, he's like the most jealous,
yeah,
scorned lover of. He just wants admiration everywhere he goes, for sure.
Yeah. He ended up with J-Lo, who I think is even worse than him. So yeah, it's a great story. Now, if I ever see J-Lo in prison, who can I call her? Shakira. That's what I'm gonna
be like, hey, hips don't lie, J-Lo. That's great.
Shakira, sign my hips. I'm definitely gonna do that because I can't stand it.
Nice.
He wears fur, which is not cool.
Yeah.
It's like not 1970 anymore. Like
yeah, I was gonna say, when did fur was popular? What, until like the late 80s?
Yeah, like my nanny had a fur coat. That's great grandmother. I mean, I don't understand the whole thing. Also, it's dead. There's something like I don't even like to have dead flowers in my house because I feel like why would you want anything that's like dead? I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird. Very strange. Anyway, so let's talk about the idea of possibly having a $4,000 travel credit per person. I know it's not going to happen, but we can do it.
Because it's like the most preposterous.
I know.
Like, hey, we need to help people.
Yeah.
Let's give them money to travel, but only if they spend money first, and then eventually they'll get it back.
Yeah, so you
on their taxes.
So here's the proposal. I don't know who proposed it. It's somebody from the Republican, I think, House.
Yeah, I know it's a woman, but I'm not sure. I can't remember who it was. Yeah.
Okay, well, I would have guessed a man just because of the name, but I guess I don't know whose name it is.
Let me see.
So it's $4,000 per person. You have to travel more than 50
miles? 50 miles. Yep.
Can't be business expenses. Has to be like you actually have to pay for it. So business can't be paying for it for you.
Senator Martha McSally.
Well, that's 2 women's names.
Yeah, 4,000 tax credit. If you have a spouse, 8,000.
Plus 500 per kid.
Okay. The weird thing was that like they threw, oh, if you're going into your summer home, you can deduct your mileage, gas, food, and all that. You can't write off your mortgage. But I'm like, what? Like, how does that help the economy? They're going to their summer home anyway.
Right. Well, that's the thing. They want you to. So basically, the idea was, I'm assuming, was that they didn't want people to be like, oh, wait a minute, we can now deduct a second home and actually like use the first time home buyer credit and all that kind of stuff.
Well, just say second homes don't count. Like, it's got to be actual travel.
Don't count. Like if you own it, it doesn't count. So basically, what they want you to do, the idea is to patronize travel operators, right? So vendors like hotels, airlines, trains. I don't know, never Amtrak or something like that.
Yeah, that's exactly where I want to be right now, in the middle of a metal tube on a train. They get stuck for hours at a time. Sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it would be really freaking cool.
It'd be cool for us. Although, like, I look at it this way, it would make me spend money I wouldn't spend otherwise, because I would normally use miles or points or whatever. And I guess I could like cash out miles for cash and then use it for this. That actually now.
And then
that would be a huge play for ultimate rewards if this gets passed. You cash those all in and they're basically worth double.
Yep.
But it's such a stupid. It's such a stupid. Like anybody that really needs money cannot take advantage of this. So
no, I think it's more about stimulating travel than it is about the people who need
now, if they want to throw this on top of stimulus checks and they just are like lighting money on fire, let's do it. I mean, okay, I'll go to Hawaii in first class. I'll buy that.
Oh my God. Can you imagine how many like miles and points you would earn from $8,000 in free travel?
You just book like all the cheapest flights on like Alaska that you could find to rack up miles and just write them all off. Like, give me all this money back. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I would book like a cash fare and like
could you imagine how many posts would be done about how maxing this out?
And they would all say probably the same thing. It would be like,
well, somebody would write it first and everybody else would just be like, yeah, that's a great idea. I'm gonna change it up a little bit.
Mine would be the only one that would be different.
I wonder if gambling credits would count.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be the thing. Like if you could go to Atlantic City and you could still do the thing where you like build stuff back to your room and use the gift card on the slots or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Basically $4,000 of free gambling.
Yeah.
Now I want it.
So $8,000 stimulus travel thing probably not going to happen, but if it does,
lots of. I mean, now I'm starting to think about the ways we can just take advantage of it. But for sure.
Yep. And also,
and the fact that it was for 2 years is a big thing.
Yeah, through 2022.
Yeah, because I don't think a lot of people want to travel like in 2020, 2021, early 2021. But like,
is it 8,000 total? Or I sent you the details. Are you looking at it? It's 8,000 total or 8,000 per year?
I want to say total.
Yeah, me too. But
it was per year. I mean, now we're getting crazy.
Yeah.
But I do wonder, like, why do like senators and stuff pass or propose these bills?
What do you mean? Because of lobbying
that they know are never going to go through. Yeah. They spend time and effort and energy basically just to get their name in the media. I don't know. Or to say like, hey, look, I was trying to help you guys travel, but they said no.
Martha McSally. That was her name, right?
Yeah.
To forget, Martha McSally is on the American Tourism Board's payroll.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's the only way to explain it.
Man, politics are so shady. So shady.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Everything they do is based off of money they got from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like if you ever, tangent time, if you ever look at the American Chemistry Council, they're supposed to be like the forefront leaders of the people who are, figuring out like what's healthy and what's not and what's safe and what's not. And they take so much money from like the most like Roundup, for example, right? The weed killer.
Yeah.
They had a huge settlement against them because it turns out like that stuff is kind of toxic. Yeah, and of course, like the American Chemistry Council is like, no, it's so safe. It's like cigarettes. Like cigarettes, that was like their thing back in the day. Philip Morris was just paying them. So yeah, I think that's the only way to explain Martha McSally's affinity for giving everybody $2,000 to travel.
Have you ever watched that movie? Thank You for Not Smoking, or Thank You for Smoking? Is it Thank You for Not Smoking or Thank You for Smoking?
I never watched it. What's it about? Like the whole conspiracy?
No, it's yeah, Thank You for Smoking. So it's got, what's the guy's name? Like Aaron Eckhart? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes. Aaron Eckhart. He's in it. And he's basically like a lobbyist for cigarette companies. And like the way he spins stuff, it's kind of like a comedy, but like you can see that they're basically like a satire, like based off of events, but they're like dramatizing it or whatever. But it's so good. Like the stuff they come up with and how they say it and what lobbyists do and how skilled they are. It's insane.
It's incredible. And that's exactly what the ACC is doing now. Like basically they took the playbook and like modernized it, and they're brilliant. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Also killing you. But
shady. Super shady.
Yeah.
They're the most brilliant shady people. Brilliant people tend to be shady, I think. That's just the way I go with it.
Yep. Don't hate the player, hate the game. You know?
For sure. For sure.
Yes. So we covered Vegas. We did the travel credit, and then there was one other thing.
Oh, we're going to talk about Delta mask thing, hotel or Vegas masks, and
so quickly the Miles to Memories. Was that on the podcast?
What, the mask? We wrote.
Yeah, how badly Delta screwed up the mask. Like,
oh yeah, Danny wrote about it on Miles to Memories, about like the news of it, and then we talked about it on the podcast. Like, just like, it was more about the FAA. Like, take a stance, whatever it is, take a stance. Don't just say, hey, it's up to them. They'll do whatever they want, because customers, passengers, flight crew, nobody knows exactly what to do. Or, if I'm flying from this airline and then I'm connecting on this airline, what are the rules between the two airlines? Do I need to wear a mask? Do I not need to wear a mask? And Delta CEO came out and said, well, we're not going to force anybody to wear a mask. So, but they've been all along saying,
right,
we want people to wear masks, and now they're saying, well, we're not going to throw anybody off.
Right.
Probably because American threw somebody off, so they're playing games with them. I don't know, but I feel like if just the FAA would rule whatever way it is, everybody would just accept it. People like boundaries. People like to know where they stand. And if it's a blanket policy across all airlines, everybody will just accept it. Like when they stopped smoking on airlines, I'm sure smokers were mad about it.
Right.
But everybody ended up dealing with it, and it was enforced, and people were fine with it. So allowing it open for argument is the worst thing you can do. And Joe brought up a great thing. He's like, just like my principal that said, oh, cell phone policy is up to the teacher. Well, the kid's going to forget what teacher has what policy. Like, just say no cell phones.
Yeah.
Or hey, cell phones.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's my point, right? So like, either like just make it clear so that the people can stop arguing amongst ourselves, because like I have my own opinions, but I don't have like a strong feeling on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I am so sick of seeing posts of people who are like doing one or the other. Like, there's no reason to mask shame. And there's definitely no reason for that, right?
Both ways. Like,
no reason. Like, if you're wearing a mask, you're probably protected. So, like, you can be cool with those people, too. Like, we can all just be cool, It's like I am seeing so many fights that I like can't wrap my head around it. And
it's because it's becoming like a politicized thing when it really has nothing to do with politics. But yet people think if you wear a mask, you're a Democrat, and if you don't, you're a Republican. And it's like, what are you talking about?
So stupid. Yes, it's so stupid. It has nothing to do with politics, guys. Like, nothing.
It's a health and science thing, and it's like it's a decision based off of that stuff. But people some of their decisions are based off of their political leans, which is even dumber. Like, it's not a political thing. Don't make the decision based on politics. Like, don't say, oh, I'm not going to wear a mask because I'm a Republican, or I'm going to wear one because I'm Democrat. Like, what?
Yeah,
like, you sound stupid.
So
I'm sorry.
It's an issue. Like, it has to do with science. Like, there's.
Yeah, if you want to make a scientific rant about a reason to wear it or not wear it, that's a discussion we can have. Absolutely. But to just say like that's infringing my freedom or not, or what, like, where are we going with this? Like,
I don't know.
Someone telling you to wear a shirt when you go into the store, is that infringing on your freedom to be naked? I don't know. Like,
that reminds me of, did you see Omat's post about the masks?
Yeah, when it's traveling,
yeah. So I thought that was pretty inflammatory. And I don't usually give them shit because I love everything they do. But there were a few parts of that where I was like, all right. Like, there's one point where he says a very large family.
You could have meant like the amount of people.
No, I don't think so. No. They were eating pizza barefoot. That's not a large family. That's like a large family.
Well, that's just tacky, period. Like,
sure. I mean,
putting your pizza right on a table that you're chewing on, oh, disgusting. Like, if Mike, Like when you have kids,
Yeah, I hear you.
this is like the fight of your life of trying to get your kids not to set crap on a table and then eat it. One time my son dropped like a hot dog at a baseball game, like on the table, and then he just picks it up or he sets it down. He goes like this and sets it face down onto the table. And I'm like, dude, that was like a $10 hot dog. What are you doing? He's like, oh, well, I'll just eat it. I'm like, no, I smack it out of his hand. I'm like, no.
Wait, you don't believe in the 5-second rule?
I'm just like, dude, like, how many times have we had this discussion? Like, first you pee on stuff in the urinal and you bring it outside, and then you put your hot dog down. I'm starting to question you.
He's on notice, this kid.
Like, germs are a thing with me. But I don't know. It was just like anybody that eats pizza on the table. But then did you see Greg's Frequent Milers post about his travels? He went to like northern Michigan. And a lot of people were wearing masks and like they're enforcing social distancing and all this stuff. And then like I wrote a post about my parents going to Florida and going to the hotel and nobody was wearing masks. And even though Hyatt says they're going to enforce policies and have all these cleaning procedures and stuff, that's my biggest problem with travel right now is you don't know what you're going to get. It all depends on where you go, like what area of the country you go to. Some places are more mask environments. Some are like, hey, no masks. Some places are enforcing stuff, others aren't. Some hotels have cleaning policies, others don't. Like, that's why I'm not traveling, because I don't know what I'm going to get, and that's stressful in and of itself. If I knew exactly what it is, whatever it is, if it's going to be no mask or mask, at least I know, and you can mentally prepare.
Wear a mask. It's just, are you comfortable being the only one?
Yeah, and I don't even care. Like,
I don't care what people about me, so like I'll do what I want.
Yeah, like I don't mind like being the only one wearing one, but if somebody isn't wearing one and they're standing like a foot away from me while they cough, I'm gonna be kind of pissed. Like,
but you're wearing one, so you should be fine, right?
No, mask doesn't really protect you.
Get a different mask then.
Yeah, wear like the Bane mask from Batman.
Yeah, like
the face shield. Yeah, I should go find that dancer and be like, hey, when you're done, can I get your sweaty face shield so I can wear it?
Yeah, I mean, personally, like I'm not like, I don't like wearing them, like I told you, because I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
So I'm just currently not really traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, like I don't want to get into a fight with anybody about a face mask, and I don't want to wear one either. So
no, and I know plenty of people that are like, I don't want to wear one. If a place requires it, I'll wear it. Like if I gotta get on a plane and they say to wear it, or if I go in a store, I gotta wear it. But if they don't say I'm not going to wear it and stuff, and I understand that, like I get it. Yeah. But that's the problem. Like you don't know. Like just tell me what it is. Tell me what it's going to be, and then everybody can make their decisions based off if they feel comfortable with that situation or not.
Yep. So Sean actually posted in the group actually on Miles Memories, right? That now Vegas is going to be enforcing. Well, Vegas is mandating masks, but
it's Nevada. It's not even Vegas. It's the whole state.
Okay, but I thought it was in casinos.
Well, it's just the governor came out and said all public places in the whole state have to wear a mask.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah. So
like even in New York, it's not a state mandate. It's like based on each proprietor, I think. And each one says like you have to wear a mask, you know?
Yeah, but that's like the problem too. If each they're gonna say, well, it's not a mandate, well, I'm requiring it. Well, that's against my freedoms, you know, but you're infringing on the business's freedoms. Right. It's like just make it a thing or not a thing. And
so I'm interested to see if they actually enforce it, which is what I
feel like Sean made a good point. He said he thinks casinos will because they could lose their gaming license over it. So I think they're going to. So I think it's going to be a thing in the casinos. Now, like, are people going to say, well, I have this beer that I'm walking around with for 8 hours, so you can't tell me to wear a mask because I'm drinking? Sure, I'm sure there will be games with it, but I think more people will just, if they want to go, they'll put one on or whatever. But it'll be interesting to see if it gets busier or less busy with it. Like, did a whole bunch of people stay away because they didn't feel comfortable with it?
No.
Or did people
or
did people come because they didn't have it? You know, like what is, I don't know. It'll be interesting to see.
Yep. Yeah. That's why I was going. I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm like, I can be free. I can breathe air.
That's right. You know what? No, you need to make some Bougiemiles masks and then walk all over the place.
So finally the other day I like said, Uncle, I was like, you know what? I have to get like a real mask, like not just these like ugly whatever, because every place is requiring it. Like I went to buy liquor and then get a mask, you know? But we have them in the car. And so I was like, you know what? Why don't I get an #AF like in diamonds on like a Bougie mask?
I think I wonder, like in Vegas, I think some of the casinos are probably going to sell like branded masks.
Yep.
So like That'll be like the new hot thing to like collect. Like, oh, I want to get every MGM casino's mask or whatever.
Oh God, God
Like
help.
you know, like this is like a money thing. Like you know, it's going to be profitable for them.
Yeah. This is the year of who knows what. It's so weird.
If you have a sewing machine at home and an Etsy account, you're going to be making bank.
So much money. Yeah, I just need like a cute black one if anybody wants to make me one. If you want to put like Bougie on the side, that's cute, or I just want to be like pretty, like me. And I love black, so that's perfect. But
some creepy guy in his basement's making it right now.
I'll take it. I mean, I'll even send it back to you after this is over, so you can sell it.
No, so you can sniff it. Okay, so that reminds me of this. A radio station in Detroit does this like phone call where they like call somebody and they try to like find out what's going on with a situation, like that's like a reason they want to break up, like something that's annoying the person. So they call the other person and say, hey, why do you guys do this or whatever, like, but does it in like a sly way. Mm-hmm. So this lady calls in and she's like, my underwear keep disappearing. My boyfriend's a little bit newer and my underwear are disappearing. And I don't know if it's him or what. So they call him and come to find out, like after she would go to the gym, he would take them and then sell them online. Okay. So I guess he's like, so they finally get him to say this. Like, I forget how they did it, but like, hey, how do you make extra cash on the side or whatever, And so she comes in and he's like, well, I've been laid off one of my jobs. Times are tough. I've been making money. And they're like, are you okay with this? And she's like, I'm pissed I wasn't included. I'll sweat up a whole bunch of underwear. So I'm going to be making hundreds of dollars.
I mean, so you get paid for dirty underwear. You don't even do your laundry at that point. Okay. Yeah. So I first found out this was a thing when my late best friend on April Fool's Day posted, I still get like messages sometimes. He posted on Craigslist that I had a pair of Justin Bieber's underwear. Somehow I got a pair of Justin Bieber's underwear. I don't remember how I got it. I'll find the post at some point, but yeah. And I was giving it away on Craigslist, but people had to tell me why they deserved it, like why you love Justin and like what it would mean to you, right? I wake up in the morning to like 30 messages and I have so many texts and emails and everything, and I'm like, what is going on? And it's person after person telling me why they love Justin Bieber, what he means to them, and what they would do with his underwear. And for me, this goes down as like the best prank in history. I was like, I have no idea what's happening. And yeah, I still have one of the messages. I think I saved one. But yeah, great.
That's a great prank. That is amazing.
Yeah,
but it's crazy, like stuff like that, man. I don't know.
Yep.
So somebody will send you a mask, and if you promise to send it back, they probably will do it.
Promise. Yeah, that was the first time I ever found out that was like a thing. Like people.
Yeah, this guy dude was making money.
Yeah, it's all about the fantasy, right? I don't understand the fantasy, but whatever. Oh. No kink shaming on Bougiemiles. Okay, so let's talk about how is your progress going for your Chase Ultimate Rewards cash out. I have a few snags here and there.
I have pretty much hit like my first 130, 140K, which was like kind of what I had planned to cash out.
How?
And then
are you buying gift cards?
Yeah, buying third-party gift cards to resell, buying Visa gift cards. When they have the fuel point promos, the 4-time fuel points, a lot of times I'll buy like Target gift cards that I'm going to go spend at Target or Amazon. If I'm going to spend at Amazon, some stuff for reselling when they have deals, like Meijer has buy $500 gift cards, get $50 in Meijer bucks. So if you can resell stuff for greater than 90%, then you can make money that way, as well as get your points. So that's the main thing. But the interesting thing was like the DoorDash credit, I used that. And even though it was credited off, I could still apply points to that purchase. Mm-hmm. And then now that the travel credit, the $300 travel credit works towards grocery, I bought like $300 in gift cards that got credited off, and then I could still use points to pay for it. So I basically like double dipped it. So the upgrade has been working fantastic.
Oh, for sure. I mean, I also was very pleasantly surprised when I logged into the account and it had the freedom purchases.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, this is awesome because I spent like $600 the day before on Trader Joe's,
Yeah.
Not even like meaning to, I just did.
My liquor store codes grocery for
That's awesome.
for Visa. So
that's awesome.
yeah.
That's good.
This beer was paid for with Chase points.
Yay! Yeah, so I'm kind of having a little bit of an issue in terms of like, number one, I upgraded very late in the game on one of my I product changed the slate to a Freedom after June 15th.
Okay.
So I want to know, like, if I call and say, hey, I didn't get to activate the 5%, are you going to do it for me? Or like, do I just lose out on this? What do you think? Like they would,
I'd send them a message just to see what's
Yeah.
They might do it. Chase is usually pretty good about being customer friendly with stuff like that. So I think it's worth a try and then go bang out like $1,500 real quick.
I'm just like, I'm having trouble doing that.
Except for you sat on that slate card for 2 years and you could have gotten this a long time.
8 years. Way longer than that. But at this point, I find
that's how player 2 was going to pay for his LASIK, was that slate 0% right there.
I'm still so mad about that. Like, I'm never getting over it.
You're gonna be. He's like, hey, can you go pick up the kitchen? No, remember that time you signed up for that card at your LASIK surgeon?
Yeah. Also, because I get like notifications in my email, like, hey, your credit score changed by like a point, and it's a point lower. And I'm like, look what you did to me. This is my career. You don't care about my career. Oh, yeah. And although the cool thing was, I did get to watch him get LASIK, and I was hoping
that was the platinum perks of signing up for their card.
Yeah, exactly. I was hoping there was going to be like minor pain involved, but there wasn't.
Do they give him any like numbing or anesthesia or no?
No, they just use like eye drops that numb everything.
Oh, and then they just like hold your eyes open while they're doing it, or how does it work?
Like with a one
like
of those
forceps almost, like they do in the horror movies when they're gonna like won't let them sleep. Oh.
Oh yeah. So I was so happy to watch because I was hoping for like a little bit of pain so that he would remember like what he did wrong. But
should have just whacked him in the nuts while he was getting it and been like, "That's for signing up."
Well, I had to be outside, but we put it on the Hyatt card.
Oh, nice. 15K free night. That's what we're talking about.
Exactly. We were doing it to get the extra 2,000 points plus the double night credit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, sure. I mean, I don't need free nights because I have so many. Like at this point, there's
and they all keep carrying over. It's like, oh my gosh.
Oh my God, because of COVID. Thank you, COVID. I mean, I don't know if it's a thank you or not. Like at this point, like I've got like 25 free nights that I need to use at a whole bunch of crappy hotels. So if anybody wants to buy them, I'll give them to you for like 5,000 points each. That's a real offer. I would take those 5,000 points to the bank.
5,000 points, or you mail me a mask. One of those two.
It has to be a nice mask though for like a free night.
It's got to have rhinestones.
Something like jeweled.
Yeah. What was the other? Oh, you wanted to talk about how you're double dipping platinum again like a psycho, right?
Oh, wait. But before we get into that, I want to talk about the people who are not getting the Aspire benefits. So I thought I was double dipping the resort credit. And my annual fee was due June 12th. So I figured it was perfect, right?
Yeah.
50 and then 250 before I cancel. And that was going to be the first time that I ever gamed Amex. First time ever. And it's not crediting the second one.
Weird.
So
I don't know why it wouldn't be.
Right. So when you said that, or when I heard on the podcast, or Miles to Memories told us that people are not getting their 12X on groceries. And you're now saying that people are getting shut down?
I don't think anybody's gotten shut down yet, but it's like anything above on the 12-time grocery, like anything like 150K or above that you earned in one statement period is not getting paid out. And now it's dropped down even lower. Like I had a buddy tell me he had like 90K that hasn't been paid out in over a week. It's usually like the next day. I just had a 55K statement close and it paid like the next day. So I don't know if it's like shifting downward, but I wouldn't go balls to the walls on that in July. And then once you've gotten to the point where they hold back your points, even if the next month the points are legit, you're not getting anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know why that would the $250 credit should still work though.
Well, that's what I'm thinking because it's still like for the year. And as far as Amex knows, I paid the annual fee, right?
Yeah.
Card member anniversary. So I'm hoping that it's just because they're delayed. But the other ones happened quickly, like within 2 days, that it doesn't, something doesn't feel right. But worst case scenario, I have to pay for the $180 seafood takeout that I did.
Okay.
I got clams.
Did you get like lobster tails, like 7?
I got like 4 appetizers. I sent you guys a picture. I got like 4 appetizers and 2 entrees and clam chowder, and then I ordered dessert.
How does seafood travel though? Was it still good?
Close? Yeah, it's a place, and it was excellent. So it was
Okay.
like
Perfect.
I mean,
Perfect.
I've done it anyway, but I was like more comfortable doing it because I was like, it's like a throwback, you know.
I'll get that money because the whole thing with Aspire, like the value really hinges on that resort credit because you're getting the free night and you're getting the $250 airline incidental, which pretty much covers the annual fee. And then the resort credit is where you make money basically. So if you could have, I would send them a message and be like, hey, I thought this was counting. What's going on here? But if you do use it, don't close that card because they get pissed about that now.
No, I'm using it. No.
Oh, because you said I was going to game them, but that's not gaming. That's just using.
$5 a year. I can game them on one card.
No, they'll get pissed.
I don't care. I'm over them.
Except for now you want 2 platinums again. What is this about?
Okay. So here's my idea. I had an annual fee due. Well, both of them. One was, I think, December or January and February, right? And the way that Amex does their annual fee system when you upgrade or downgrade is basically what they do is they take the year, divide it by 100%, right? And then they divide the amount of the annual fee by 365 to get the percentage of the annual fee that you used, right? So let's say that you've used
that was some weird way to get to proration.
I have a really weird because it's not just prorated. It's by like the actual day.
Okay. Yeah, but it's prorated by the day. So they take like the $550 divided by 365, and then they multiply that by how many days you had the card before you downgrade.
Yes.
Okay. Your explanation was confusing to people, I'm sure.
Okay, so by the way, I have a really weird way of doing that, but nobody else except me. I'm really, really, really good at math, but like I can't ever explain it.
Everybody's brain works differently.
Mine is like amazing, and yet if I try to explain it to you, you're like, I don't get it. Like, why would you do that? Makes me. Yeah. I know.
Whatever works though.
Yeah, I was gonna put like an equation on the screen, but anyway, yes.
That's an easy equation.
Thanks, yeah. So it's prorated by day, not just month, which is what most cards are, right?
Seems like a bit over the top, but
yeah. So yeah, exactly. Because sometimes you're trying to like figure out like why they credited you this amount, but then charged you this amount, and it's so confusing unless you know that exact like thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So I realized that the one from December, I would only have to pay a couple $100 to upgrade to platinum, right?
Yeah.
The business platinum card. But gold is giving me nothing right now.
Business gold?
Yeah.
You got to get in.
Like.
But what do you need a business? Okay, back to time. So what would be the point of having a business platinum card if you already have the personal platinum? Or why would you upgrade it?
It's the credits. Okay.
Oh, yeah, because but the business credits kind of suck.
Well, you're still getting the cell phone. My cell phone is not covered.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Cell phone, yeah.
Let's say you are only able to use cell phone and you can't do shipping. Also, I want to know what all of these weirdos are doing with their $10,000 worth of stamps for the rest of their life. Like, I don't understand.
There is, because you're doing a lot of makeup reselling and stuff.
I sell makeup, yeah.
Yeah, so you can do like, I think Sean said pirate ship is what he uses, where you prepay your shipping.
Yeah.
So you can prepay it every month and then use that credit towards your thing. So you might want to look into that. But
here's the thing.
She won't. I'm going to tell you right now. She's not going to look into it.
I did figure out something really cool, but it ended up totally screwing me over. So I figured out you could buy prepaid priority mail gift card, prepaid priority mail envelopes.
Packages, yeah.
So I did that, and they screwed up the tracking so that it came back to my house. And then I went to the post office, And the post office does not understand what happened. And they said you have to contact USPS.com. And I was like, this is why.
What is the credit? What is even the credit? Like $10 a month? $20?
20.
20? Yeah, you're like, for $20, I ain't calling nobody.
Yeah. Well, times whatever, but yeah.
Yeah.
So let's say you're just using the cell phone credit, and who can't use $200 at Dell? Because you could like resell earphones or anything, you know?
Yeah, or buy like Xbox gift cards or whatever. Yeah.
I tend to actually use it because like I use it on Adobe Creative Cloud. You can buy a gift card for a membership. So that's what I did last year and this year. Okay, so let's just say you're just doing that. I'm only spending like $250 to get the same amount back in credits.
Yeah. But then what are you going to do with the card? Like, what's the point of having the card?
I'm going to cancel it. Yeah. I'm canceling like all of them.
I mean, if you didn't have another platinum card already for like the travel perks and stuff, then I could see it being like, this is a good play, like to upgrade it for the credits. And then hopefully you can use the perks of it later on. But if you already have a personal platinum and you're not going to be like doing the $5,000 purchases for 1.5 times back, or you're not going to be booking through the portal for 1.5 or 35% rebate or whatever. I don't know. It's just making you spend money that you would have maybe not spent.
No,
but your credits are basically offsetting your annual fee, so you're just spending money to have a card.
Well, yeah, but if it was December, it's only 5 months, right? So
yeah.
But here's so that one's not as good, but I'm also getting the extra Dell.
Yeah, I'd have to like look at how many credits you get and then how much the annual fee is.
I hear you.
I mean, if it is like you're getting $400 in credits for a $300 annual fee or whatever, then I could see it. But I still wonder, like, where you going if you were going to spend that money anyways? Like cell phone, yes, you're gonna spend that money anyways.
Right.
Dell, for you're gonna spend that money anyways. For other people, they might not. So I think people fall into that trap where they're like, hey, I'm getting a deal on this. It's 25% off, but is it really 25% off if you weren't going to buy something from Dell anyway? So
the one I'm really excited about though is the personal gold.
Okay. Don't be messing with the personal gold, man. It's good stuff.
Well, think about it, right? So
yeah.
I'm getting the $40 a month for sure.
Yeah.
Like that's easy. I'm only paying an extra $100 because the prorated because it's already what, $250?
Yeah. Yeah.
$250 or $295? Or no, $295.
$250. Is it $295 for gold now?
Well, I think the personal gold is $250, but I know
we're talking about business. We're talking about business.
Well, I'm doing both.
You're confusing me now with your mental math.
Yes. So I'm going to do both.
Okay.
The business one is not quite as good of a proposition, but still pretty good because you already paid $295, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The personal gold is where I think it truly shines. And like, it's a no brainer because I don't need 5X on groceries or 4X or whatever it is.
Yeah. 4X. Yeah.
Another card is giving me grocery bonuses right now.
Yeah.
And I'm only going to have to spend like $100 to upgrade at the end of the day. And
you get all the credits. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm going to get 6 months worth of $40 credits plus the Saks credit. And by the way, I already used the airline credit. They refresh that. So you get another $200.
When I downgraded Kirsten's platinum to a gold, and I used the $200 credit, and when I downgraded, the $100 credit for the gold refresh. So you basically, that's kind of a game that you can play, upgrade, downgrade with Amex. You get the credit again for whatever reason, because Amex IT sucks, but good for us.
Yeah. I'm on the fence about that one, but yeah. Sometimes they throw like little bones to you just to see who picks them up.
So like 12 times grocery.
Yeah, that's how they catch you. So
sneaky guys.
The personal platinum game. Have I convinced you that I should get another one?
I would go with the personal upgrade. The business, I'm like, But the personal, especially if you're not using the 4X, like I downgraded hers to the gold because we do a lot of grocery MS, so the 4X is worth more to me than the credits. But yeah, if you're not using the 4X that much, then and with the credits that are out there, I'd say go for it. Yeah. Now, the one thing that people should consider is this is like the perfect time to sign up for the Schwab Platinum because a lot of people haven't had it yet.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get that one even if you already have the regular Platinum or whatever. You get the 60K bonus. Then you can cash out your membership rewards at 1.25 cents if you know you're not going to travel and you can recoup those points quickly. That's the best way to cash them out. Plus, you get all the credits. So. Well, I've been thinking about doing that because I signed up for the Schwab account a long time ago to sign up for the card, and I got the pop-up. So I've been kind of waiting to see how it plays out. So I probably should actually apply for it. No, I'm going to do that later today, I think.
Yeah, why don't you put it today?
Yeah, like today. I'm that type.
I'm impressed. If I said that, it would be like on my to-do list for 6 months.
When all the credits are done, you're like, I finally got around to it.
It is, right? Like, it's on my to-do list. Wait, I have to show you something funny. You can't see it because I moved the computer screen up, but this is my to-do list.
Why is it on like a poster board?
Because it was so big that I needed.
Did you go to like the dollar store to get the 50-cent poster boards for your to-do list?
No, with Staples. I ordered Staples.com.
It's it's like those what are those boards called in high school that like chicks make? Like
oh my God. It's not, that wasn't
vision board, like a vision board or whatever. Like they're, hey, this is the college. I have a little picture of my college and this.
I don't do crap like that.
No, but that's what, because it's so big.
But that's my to-do list, just in case anybody was wondering.
And it all has to do with miles and points and credit card stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that and like forget to pay the fees. Which I'm sure I forgot to do like 4 months in a row. I'm waiting for them to like come to my house and be like, I haven't paid your mortgage in 10 years.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that's what I think I'm gonna do. But I just think it's funny because I've been saying for how long now? Oh, the cat. Did you see her? She busted through. I've been saying
was she in the closet, the cabinet?
Well, it's like a crawl space, so she can go from one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and she just like comes here to bother me. Yeah, I've been saying forever that I'm going to cancel Platinum, all of them, and
now you're gonna add 2.
Yeah, and now I'm gonna have like what, 7? I don't know. It's ridiculous.
And an Aspire.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, Amex. I'm just gonna sign this check over to you that I got.
You take all my paychecks for the rest of my life. No, I'm canceling the Aspire. I don't care like what happens with the resort credit. I'm doing it. But the other thing that I would say to people who are interested in cashing out points, but not like actually, but don't have Schwab or are not eligible or whatever, they could also do a voucher, like an airline voucher. So take the 5X, right?
Mm-hmm.
Take the airline voucher, which some of them are good for like 2 years. And that's another way to kind of cash them out, but preserve the value.
Are you saying like with the business platinum, book like a flight that you can cancel? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you want to go that way. If you're like planning on getting out of the game or closing your Amex cards or whatever and want to lock in the higher rate, yeah.
Yeah. Or for a fact that like you're gonna travel on a certain airline at some point in the next 2 years, you might as well. If
if they're doing that, yeah, for sure.
So that's an idea too.
Yeah. I'm kind of curious to see because the annual fee on the upgrade, I think they prorated on Chase when you re-upgrade, like if going from a Freedom to a Reserve, I think they prorate it based off of your Freedom's sign up date or like initiation card member date. So I think I might only get charged like a prorated annual fee based on what's left in the year. And if that's the case,
wow,
this thing is like crazy good. But I haven't had the annual fee post yet, so I don't know for sure.
So mine didn't post either, and I did it.
Yeah, I think it will post like after the first statement cuts or when it cuts. I think that's when it will do it.
It's just interesting because like when you sign up for a new card with Chase, it posts. It's like the first thing they do.
Yeah. So if it's like let's say it's like $275, like you're halfway through the year or whatever, and then you're getting the $300 credit, which already ate up that annual fee, and the cash out and the 5 times grocery, and then when it comes up again, like I was thinking about just downgrading it back down again after September when the cash out's done. But even so, you could wait till the annual fee posts again.
Like that.
I think so. I mean, I've never heard of anybody getting shut down from Chase for playing upgrade downgrade game. That's like an Amex thing. Chase, I don't think cares. So
yeah, as long as you follow the initial rules, I think you're probably right.
Yeah. So if it is a prorated annual fee, whenever that second annual fee posts, I'm just gonna downgrade it again at that point anyway. Because they don't have anything in their terms that say like Amex, where if you upgrade or get an upgrade bonus or whatever, you have to keep it for a year from when you upgrade. They don't have any of that with Chase. So there you go. For those people, for Rick that stayed all the way to the end. There you go, Rick.
I love him.
Rick's great.
Yeah, he's super cool.
Rick and Han. What's up, Han?
Hi, Han. I love Han. I know he pays attention too.
Oh, Adam, if you're watching, what's up?
All right, so this was fun. let's say goodbye and like thank you for watching.
Okay.
Okay, so I think that wraps up the show, especially. Okay, so that wraps up the show for today. Thank you everybody for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like.
Especially Rick. What's up, Rick?
Hey, Rick. Yeah, we should do that from now on. So hi Rick, hi Han, hi Adam. Who else we got? Hi Kim.
Hi, the guy that left us his phone number that we tried to call.
Eric. Yeah. Relieve your phone number so that we know which one to call. Call the old lady. So just get that right next time. And thank you everybody for watching. Thank you Mark for coming, and hopefully we'll see you soon.
All right, see you guys next time. Remember, thumbs up, subscribe. It only takes one click. Just do it.
Just one click. Yeah.
Just do it.
Yep. And